guys, it's your girl Lisa Hill, and I wanted to thank all of you guys for watching my YouTube channel, The Real Lisa Hill. Thank you so much for subscribing, thank you for sharing, thank you for liking, and most importantly, thank you guys for commenting. I've been enjoying reading all of the comments. And so once again, I need you guys to like, to comment, to share, subscribe, to like, to comment, share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for helping my channel to grow. And I really appreciate all of you. Last time we talked about the past, and today I decided to talk to you guys about how to overcome the past. A lot of times in life we experience things that really take the wind out of our sail, and things that so devastate us that it kind of immobilizes us, it paralyzes us, and we're not able to get focused and to just keep it moving. And so today I want to share with you on how do you actually let go of the past. And sometimes when things are so traumatic, and when people have either betrayed you or done things that are so unreal to you, that it takes you a minute just to get your bearings. Like, did that really just happen? Like, am I really experiencing this? Yes, it did just happen. And yes, you're really experiencing it. And so if you talk to a counselor, if you talk to a doctor or psychologist, they will tell you that there are phases of grief, just like there are phases of, that we go through when we experience pain. And so a lot of times when stuff happens, just getting over the shock of it is like the first thing. Like, you have to just take a deep breath and say, okay, for real though, is this really happening? But what I want to share with you today is that until you can forgive, until you can release the person, either the perpetrator, the person who's wounded you, the person that lied, the person that stole, the person that cheated, the person that cut you, that stabbed you, the person that caused you all of that pain, until you're able to actually forgive that person, you will forever be stuck in a state of just being immobile. You will forever be stuck in a state of imprisonment where actually you and that person are like coupled together. And so a lot of times it's kind of like human nature to want to hold on to grudges. It's kind of almost human nature to want to just get revenge. You want retribution because it's just a part of our sin nature, I think. But the truth of the matter is, when you hold tight, when you allow stuff to fester, when you allow the person that did you wrong, so to speak, to linger with you, actually you empower them to continue to hurt you. And it sounds so easy when, my child wasn't killed in a drunk driving accident, or, such and such didn't happen to me, or this or that or the other. At the end of the day, pain is pain. And as humans, when we experience pain, it doesn't matter who, what, when, where, or how. Pain is still pain. And the only way that you can move forward from that place of pain is coming to the realization of saying, you know what? It happened. It happened. I accept the fact that this happened, but I will not allow whatever happening or whatever occurrence that it was to devastate you to the point where you cannot release that person. And so I know, because I'm speaking from experience. Like, I didn't read this in the book. This is my life. When you have worked hard, when you have done everything you can to be successful in life, and then someone just comes along and demolishes all of that, and it sets you back in every type of way, especially financial. We've always been taught, if you want to hurt somebody, you hit them in their pocket, and that's a really a damaging way to kind of hurt anybody. And so it's kind of hard to move forward when you're so angry, when you allow anger to just overtake you, just rivet you. But I'm here to tell you, when you learn and when you get to the place where you can thank that person, when you can say, oh my God, thank you. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for the process. Thank you for everything that you made me walk through. Because at the end of the day, if you can go through it like a soldier, you're going to come out stronger. You're going to come out on the other side. You're going to come out bigger and better. And so to sit and wallow and allow hate and bitterness and pain and all of these things to fester and to grow inside of you, it's only diminishing who you are as a person. And so one thing I always have taught my children, none of us can control what happens to us. You can, God forbid, go out in a car today and be hit and paralyzed for life. a storm could come and devastate the city and you lose everything. Like, we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to the issues of life that we're faced with. And so if you want to make lemonade out of your lemons, you have to be willing to forgive. And I used to say, oh, I forgave. But then an hour later, I'm chattering and talking about blah, 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 and this person, blah, 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 and I can't believe blah, blah, blah. And it's okay. Sometimes, it's really okay to talk about what happened to you. It's really okay to get it out, to journal, to get a pad and paper and just write it down, because that helps to distance it from you. That helps to get it out so that you can deal with it. But it's 10 years later, it's 20 years later, and you still talking about who coulda, woulda, shoulda, and what happened like 50 years ago. Like, okay, wait a minute, stop. You have to overcome that. You cannot allow that situation to keep you stuck. You cannot allow what one person, one itty bitty tiny whiny person said, did, took, stole. You can't let that determine your destiny and your future. You have to come to the place and the point in your life where you say, you know what, it happened, and I am not going to allow this to define me. I am not going to allow that to control my emotions, control my feelings, because that's what we do. We haven't seen that person in umpteen years, but just to hear their name, we feel some kind of way because they injured you, they harmed you. But I promise you, if you can get to the place where you begin to pray for that person, and that's how I had to overcome. Because let me tell you something, I've had some people do some pretty ugly things to me. And you say, oh, you look so nice. Yes. And sometimes people take your kindness for weakness. And because you're nice, sometimes people think they can railroad you. And so I've had some pretty cruel games played on me, but it's okay. I came to the realization that, guess what? They have to answer for that. Because in life, we reap what we sow. So you need to watch what you throw, because the ditch that you're digging, you may end up falling in that ditch. And so it's always good to live by the golden rule, to do unto others as you will have them do unto you. Because trust and believe, everything that you're doing in the dark, everything that you're doing under the table, it will come to the light. And you and your children will have to answer for that. And so what I'm saying is, when you come to the realization that this is it, I'm not going to allow what happened to me to make me angry anymore. I will be the queen. I will be the king of my emotions. I will not let Johnny, Larry, Curly, Mo, Charlene, Susie, nobody affect me. I am going to take what they did, accept what they did, release it back to them. And every day, what you have to do, as I was saying, pray for that person. You're like, pray for me. I don't want to pray for them. I want a car to hit them. I want them to die. I want them to go blind. Our human nature, it's like a part of us. When someone does us evil, we kind of want to see evil done to them. It's just human nature. But I'm telling you, don't allow yourself to live in that low place. Come up to a high place, because I promise you, up here in the high place, it's blessings. It's blessings untold up here. When you allow your life, your elevation, your vibration, who you are, to be higher, guess what? It can't even touch you. And so you pray for that person. Dear God, what so-and-so did, I pray for them today. I want them to be blessed today, because the Bible says we got to pray for those who despitefully use us. So if you do spite for spite or tit for tat, it makes you no better than the next person. But when you say, you know what, they did that, but I release them. I pray for them. I speak blessings on them. As you begin to pray for a person, it's somehow God allows us to realize our own humanity. He allows the light to be shined upon our own weaknesses, because guess what? You have some. You have shortcomings, like we all do. Like, we all have things that we battle, that we deal with. And guess what? You don't want your stuff on Front Street, just like I don't want my issues on Front Street. Dear Lord, please discipline me in the back. Like, do not put me on the display for the world to see when I'm dealing with things. So whoever has violated you, or whoever has done you wrong, whoever has done whatever they did to cause pain, pray for them. Ask God to bless them. And as you begin to pray for them, I promise you, your heart will begin to have compassion. And you will begin to see, well, you know what? Maybe they did it because they just didn't know any better. Maybe they did it because That's how they were taught. They thought it was right at the time, but it really doesn't matter. You need to be free. You need to let what happened be gone. You need to walk into your destiny. You need to walk into your future. You need to possess all of your queendom and all of your kingdom. And when we hold unforgiveness in our heart, it only keeps us in a sunken place. It keeps us low. And so today, I want to encourage all of my viewers, do some soul searching. Get in that mirror like I always tell you to do. When you're putting that makeup on, when you're brushing that hair, when you're greasing that bald head, look in that mirror and say, who am I holding in my heart today? Who am I angry with? It could be your mother. It could be your father. It could be your stepmother, your stepfather. It could be your siblings. It could be anybody. It could be spouses. It could be your ex. It could be the lady that took your ex. I don't know who it is, but look into that mirror today and say, you know what? Who am I harboring hate against? Who am I angry with today? And write those names down on a sheet of paper. Journal those names. And every night, make it an act of your will to begin to pray for that person. I ain't talking about no this little cheap prayers. Really compassionate, heartfelt prayers for that person. Pray for their well-being. Pray for their children. Pray for their finances. And really mean it. I know it's hard because I had to do this myself. I'm not telling y'all to do something that I read in the book. I had to do this myself. This is how I got deliverance. This is how I'm able to live an extraordinary life, because I was able to release the past. I was able to release everyone who set me up, everyone who did me wrong, everyone who laughed in my face and stabbed me in the back. But at the end of the day, you will have the final laugh, because blessings come from God, not man. And when we align ourselves with him and when we do it his way, guess what? Nothing but good things can come to you. So the last thing I want to say is let the past go. Join me today. Kiss it goodbye. Tell it thank you. Thank you, past. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for the process. Thank you for the journey. Thank you for everything that you taught me. But guess what? I'm dumping you right here. I don't need you in my future. I don't need you in my present now. I want to move forward and I want to become everything that God has created me to be. And holding on to all of that stuff is only baggage that hinders you. But as you release it, I just pray that God will give you the strength to cry your tears, because guess what? You may have to cry. You may have to scream. You may have to kick and holler. But whatever it takes, free yourself today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, to comment, to subscribe. Share this with somebody who you think it will help, please, because I want to continue to bring you guys positive, inspirational content that helps you to be bigger and better. Thank you.